Hidden away amongst all the hopping and bopping of Super Mario 3D World was Captain Toad, a plucky adventurer who nabbed treasure from small, cubic, diorama-esque stages even without the ability to simply jump. They were standout moments of greatness in a game seemingly designed for each level to one-up the previous one. And now, Captain Toad is back, with his own game, with its own case, and its own disc and everything. Although, instead of a manual, it just has this piece of paper telling you to use the digital manual. It isn't even any smaller than the one sheet of card that passes for a manual these days either. Disappointing. At least it smells nice. Anyway, the video game. You play as Captain Toad, or sometimes Toadette, on a mission to collect the gold star at the end of each level. Optionally, there are loads of coins and 3 diamonds to find in each stage as well, with the latter being necessary to unlock later parts of the game. You'll reach the star just by following the obvious trail, but grabbing all the diamonds will require extra effort. They can be pretty tricky to get, but once you've got it, you've got it. You don't have to get all 3 in one run, or even clear the stage at all for it to count. Every level also has a bonus challenge, which isn't shown to you until you've cleared it once, enticing you to go back in and comb over the environment for hidden mushrooms or extra coins. Occasionally, you'll get a more unique challenge, like avoiding enemies or using the minimum amount of moves, so there's plenty of variety there. And variety is at the core of Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. It takes its basic system and pulls it in all directions. Some stages are action-oriented, others are puzzling, some have shooting sections, and all of them have a distinct feel to them which keeps things fresh and keeps the player motivated to try the next stage just to see what they'll come up with next. The game is stuffed to the brim with clever ideas and little secrets that make it a delight to play, with something new around every corner. Unfortunately, this leads to the game's biggest flaw. It's just too easy. The game plays with a lot of different ideas, but does so too briefly for any one of them to really shine or become truly challenging. From double cherry shenanigans to Shy Guy stealth missions, every aspect of Captain Toad cries out for just one more stage's worth of attention. It's an absolute joy to play, but as soon as it's over, you'll be clamoring for more. If you have Super Mario 3D World save data, you can play a handful of that game's stages as Captain Toad, and there are some other bonus levels as well, but just as they start to put the pressure on, they're finished. While it lasts, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker is a real treat. There's a consistent level of polish throughout. Captain Toad and especially Toadette are adorable, and the graphics are amazing. They're too good in fact, as the game makes frequent and effective use of the Wii U gamepad, but I'd much rather watch the action on an HD telly than the tiny touchscreen. But you can't fault it for hardware usage, as the game gets a lot of use out of a few simple taps and the occasional blow into the microphone. What you can fault it for though are the camera controls. You move the camera either by moving the gamepad itself around or with the right analog stick. This means that you can't really move your arms around much without shaking the camera, and there's no option to disable the gyro controls. Also, for some strange reason, while you can freely move the camera around using the gyro, the right analog stick only allows you to move it in a straight line along the X and Y axis, which makes readjusting the camera, particularly in tight locations, more frustrating than it need be. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker takes a simple little mini-game and expands upon it greatly, showing off Nintendo's trademark playfulness and creativity in design. Ironically enough, I'd like to see Nintendo make another Captain Toad game to expand upon all the ideas that this one came up with.